Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Why am I starting here? Well, because I'm gonna do something. Erase this file. This is my friend's old file, the one at the top, named Biggie. That's his, that's the file that we really worked hard and 100%ed together. And now I'm going to copy to number 3. Oh, I didn't even have to erase it. So that's just ensuring that Mr. Super Moneybag wanted me to do that. So there you go. Just to make sure, because you know how last time it ended abruptly. I gotta close the door. Not because anyone's there. Don't worry. I'm home alone, which is definitely the best time to record. No, Link, no. Shoot, I better start this temple soon and not regret my decision to not start in the temple. I already showed you the next time. People are going to think I'm copying Nintendo Capri Sun or something. Seriously, I'm not kidding about that. Yeah, he like, went in the temple and then went outside to do something. Anyway, so I'm just showing you that you can, this is from the foot of Death Mountain. This is how you get up the easy way. At least the easier way. Somehow I still found a way to have trouble with it. But yeah, this is not the last time we're going to be doing this, but oh well, I decided I showed there. No, I don't need to talk to you. I believe I already did. What is this? Oh, bleachers. I'm not sure I noticed. And you can go up them? Cool. Very cool. And there's more over here. That looks like the... Wow, this really is an arena, although those are pretty small bleachers. Gorons are big creatures. Hey, I rhymed. I didn't mean to, but I did. Anyway, well, right now this is going to be a fun recording because we're in a dungeon, and I love dungeons, especially in this game. They're awesome. My favorite part of a Zelda game is a dungeon, and I like this one especially a lot. It's in the top half of dungeons I like in this game. I like it better than the Forest Temple, although not when I can't move because of my nunchuck. Anyway, first of all, you see how cute this room is. But luckily for us, it's pretty linear, and oh my god, I don't have my guide, so I don't remember where the treasure chests are. Luckily, I do remember that there's a semi-hidden one in this first room, and you don't get the compass until really late in this dungeon, so, ooh, well, we'll be on our own until then. You're supposed to go over there, but there's a couple of hidden things up here I want to show you. No treasure chest, but some pots with some... Why does this keep happening? Jeez. I know why it's happening. I already said back in part something. Yeah, supplies up here. Not too many people know about that. You can't climb up there, but oh yeah, and that makes the fire start going. See, these switches are on a timer. I should explain this better. But see, these switches, we need to use our iron boots to press down, and they're on a timer. Which means that we gotta do this and get all the way around. You have no idea how many times I failed this the first time. I'm not even kidding there, but oh man. Anyway, this would be another way to get to it, though I don't imagine why you'd want to do that. I don't even imagine what the point is, but anyway, those are called torch slugs. Obviously those have been after making an appearance in These have been very annoying enemies throughout Zelda. In Ocarina of Time, they took about a bajillion hits to kill. And, in Wind Waker, they were just all around annoying. What did they do in Wait, was that even torch slugs in Wind Waker? It was something else, but it was kind of like them. Do you all know what I'm thinking of? Those things in the Dragon Roost Cavern? The things that, you know, you couldn't kill by throwing them in fire? Anyway, before we do anything, the first thing we want to do is get this guy down, because we're going to have to, see that? We're going to have to do another switch that's on a timer, so we don't want this guy in our way. Boomerang puts out their fire, because we still have the gale power. So we do use items quite a bit after we first get them. Well, some of them. The boomerang, though, it does kind of become... You use it a bit in this dungeon, but after this, it kind of becomes obsolete, I'm sorry to say. The slingshot doesn't really do much, so the only way to... You can't even get them down with the boomerang. You gotta get close to them. You can do a finish attack on those guys, but watch out, because, you know, they might be on fire, so... And your finish attack doesn't leave you immune. Another example where the finish attack doesn't always work is going to come with an enemy in the 4th dungeon, but I'll show you that later. I got that treasure chest with 20 rupees, right? I'm going to assume I did. There's no way I could have forgotten that. Yeah, because that's when I first showed you the torch slug. And here, so we need our iron boots here. It takes a while to go down, but it works. Trust me. And from this angle especially, you really can see how big this room is. Everything over there, and all back there, we can't even see the whole thing. And, but that's just the first room. Even though it's big, it's linear, and it doesn't connect to anywhere other than this second room. Which we're now in. This is the main room of the dungeon, the one that connects to a bunch of other rooms on the 1st and 2nd floor. We get our first look at a 2nd floor for the first time. Now this is when GameCube players are going to be yelling, "You're going the wrong way!" No, I'm not. Yep. The left-right things. That is one of the examples where it's really annoying. Most of the time, you know what you're doing because of your surroundings with the differences between the versions, but that's an instance where, you know, it looks pretty much the same left and right. I mean, obviously left goes down, right goes up, but still. And of course, I would never make mistakes like that, because although I watched Nintendo Capri Sun play the GameCube version, I definitely know this by the Wii version. Definitely, so, is there something over here? I always thought there should be. Like a treasure chest right there. That would be a great place to put one. But, there's nothing there. And trust me, they do put treasure chests in some hidden spots in this game. I'm gonna bet, every time I find a treasure chest that y'all didn't know was there, it would be kind of nice to tell me. Like, maybe not every time, but if there's one that really shocks you, like you're like, "Oh my god, there's a treasure chest there?" Like, you know, that kind of thing. So even though this room has a lot of hubs, it's pretty linear to start out with. You'll soon, you can explore a bit, but you'll soon find this is the only way to go. And if you don't have a key, if you went this way first, then that would be. So now we are in this room, another big room. This is the room I remember from dying a lot. I told the story in my other LP, but you know, I think I've been pretty good about not mentioning it too much. Well, just did there though. These guys are called the Dongos. They're lizards, and their weak spot is their tail. They don't inhale things, because only the big ones do that. So, oh no, see, that's what happened. You really got to time that fire, and it's going to be really... A lot of timed challenges early on in this dungeon, note that. Because when you die, all the enemies come back in the room, don't they? Oh, no, they don't. That's right, this is The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, an advanced game where enemies don't come back. I believe, yeah, they probably come back if you leave the dungeon. But other than, and maybe leave the room and, like, spend enough time out of the room. But, like, if you fall and come back, they're not going to be there. Unlike in every other Zelda game. Okay, so, anyway, we're going to be around there, see, behind that cage. And then we're going to have to go all the way around and get in there. That is our challenge. I really hate this Dodongo. I'm going to kill him now, so he doesn't prove to be later. Thing. Those Dodongos are easier to kill once we get a move from later on, but unfortunately, once we get that move, we're not going to see Dodongos anymore. Except for maybe a couple times. I don't know. Probably in the, I don't want to spoil anything, but I'll call it, the mini dungeon. It's really not that mini, but the optional dungeon in the desert. Oh, there's a desert. It's a Zelda game and there's a desert. Oh my god, shocker. You know, Now that I think about it, not every Zelda game has a desert. Most do, but... So anyway... Oh shoot, I didn't do it right. Yeah, see, what you want to do is you can actually see the fire. So you want to time it right, so it's like right there, and now we'll get it right when the fire's going off. I didn't time it perfectly, but I did do it pretty well. And one more jump, and see if we can get in here. That was close, but we did it. And what in the world is this? It's a fire dungeon, but then when you think about it, it's not really a fire temple, it's a mine. Now remember how I said the iron boots have more than one use? Well, you're about to see 2 uses of the iron boots that we haven't seen before. Use number 1 was to be heavy. And I guess this kind of goes along with that. So let's say that's 4 uses. Use number 1 is to not get blown away. And just be stronger. Yeah, use number 1 is to be stronger. Use number 2 is to press... Oh, I guess that goes with being stronger. So use number 1 is be stronger. Use number 2, sink underwater. And use number 3, magnet. I hope there wasn't a treasure chest in the last room. I don't know. After this video, I'll pull out my guide, because that's one of the things I forgot to do. No, really? Oh, more of the debris. And that goes for all the dungeons. And we get in here, we find that we cannot use our sword or any item. And, I thought I felt a presence, but what a surprise to find a young human. And we have one of the Goron Elders who's apparently on fire. He looks like a Torkoal. So yes, so the boss key is split into 3 parts. Now, for such a room that, like, you can't use your sword, and there are actually 2 treasure chests in here. Treasure chest number 1 contains an important item. That item is the dungeon map. Treasure chest number 2 also contains well, not as important, but, and it's a red rupee. And believe it or not, there's one more thing that's in here. But it's not a treasure chest, but it is an item. And, do you all know what item doesn't come in the treasure chest? Well, we got it in the forest temple. But, in case you forgot, it'll be coming up. And... So that's what happens if you pick up the pot in places like this where you can't slash your sword. Yeah. So, yep. She says the same... Well, no, she doesn't say the same thing. So she takes you to the beginning of the dungeon, then you can walk back to where you were. But if you just want to use it to, like, get to the beginning of the dungeon for normal transportations, then that's okay, too. Once you actually enter the dungeon, then she'll just say, oh, you wanted to meet me here instead? And then she goes back to you. So, you can actually do 2 things with it. But, like, this is a great way, because these dungeons are pretty humongous. So this is a great way to, what's the word I'm looking for? What is it? This is a great way to, get potions and fairies in case you need them. Like if there's a boss or something that's too hard. That's going to be the end of this video. In the next video, I'm going to show you something that's really cool. Now, I'll give you wait a minute. We're here, and we're trying to get up there, because that's how we get to the main room on the 2nd floor. How in the world are we going to do that? Well, you're just going to have to find out next time, or if you already know, please don't spoil it. Bye. Yeah, put down the Wii Remote and link /